Давай. Готово. Дух, наблюдай. Выстрел.
Я обращаюсь к президенту Украины.
Head of Defense Committee in Russian Parliament Andrei Kartapolov says Wagnerites would not participate in combat actions in Ukraine anymore. He blames Mr. Prigozhin for only caring about money and his own ambitions. This information was confirmed by head of Ukrainian intelligence service Kirilo Budanov.
Известно, за несколько дней Министерство обороны, за несколько дней до попытки мятежа, Министерство обороны заявило о том, что все формирования, которые выполняют боевые задачи, должны подписать контракт с Минобороны. И все начали это решение, абсолютно правильное решение, выполнять. Все, кроме господина Пригожина. Тогда ему было сообщено, что в таком случае Вагнер не будет принимать участие в специальной военной операции. То есть не будет выделяться финансирование, материальные средства. А для господина Пригожина это основное, если не главное. И сложилось следующее. Первое – это деньги. Второе – это глупые и непомерные амбиции. А третье – это возбужденное состояние вкупе. Все это вылилось в попытку государственной измены и обман своих боевых товарищей. Это надо знать. Спасибо.
And the fun in Russia never stops. Genetically modified mosquitoes from Pentagon are about to attack Russia, its parliament was told.
Это вот только один красноречивый проект Пентагона «Насекомые союзники» называется, который направлен на то, чтобы решить задачу переноса такими насекомыми геномодифицированных вирусов и патогенов. Как вы оцениваете эти риски и угрозы, потому что их легко замаскировать под естественные очаги возникновения проблем? Как мы к этому готовы? Парламентом создана комиссия по биологическим угрозам. Мы ждем от вас конкретные предложения с тем, чтобы выработать дополнительные системные решения, обеспечивающие экономическую безопасность нашей страны. Каким образом вы готовы сегодня проводить анализ в сопоставлении с другими фактами, чтобы выявлять факт искусственного вноса таких проблем?
Russian invaders on the obsolete Soviet T-54 tank somewhere in Ukraine. Everything goes according to the plan for the second military power.
Есть. Дотащи рукой. Есть. Готов. Кирилл, и пусть потом подписчики не пиздят, что это фейк, блядь.
Броня, за 20.
And the Wall Street Journal is reporting, U.S. is close to okay for 190 miles ATACMS for Ukraine. Officials said that the matter is pending approval at the highest levels. Previously reluctant quarters of the U.S. government, namely the White House, have come to see an urgent need to bolster Ukraine's fight in the coming weeks. European officials also have been pressing Washington privately on the need for longer-range missile systems. A senior Ukrainian defense official told the Wall Street Journal that Kyiv had received positive signs in recent weeks that the U.S. had come around on the ATACMS system. And the Poland is arming itself. 1,350 Abrams and K2 Panther tanks, 700 howitzers, 1,000 infantry fighting vehicles, 96 Apache helicopters, more than 100 jet fighters, 700 HIMARS and Chunmu rocket launchers, 8 Patriot batteries, submarines, frigates, etc. Get ready. The West must prepare for a long war in Ukraine, said the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. We have to prepare for the fact that it can last a long time. It is important to show that we are ready to stick with the financial and humanitarian support of Ukraine, as well as arms supplies in the long term, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz emphasized. The EU's top diplomat, Josep Borrell, stressed that a weak Putin and an unstable Russia also pose a risk to the West. Former U.S. Vice President Mike Pence made an unexpected visit to Ukraine and visited the places in Kiev region where mass killings of Ukrainians continued during the occupation.
That Republican voters are less likely to support a candidate who wants to send funding to Ukraine. You have former President Trump, who has praised Putin. You have Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who has called this a territorial dispute. He's, of course, walked that back. And you have Kevin McCarthy, who just recently voted down and said no on legislation that would give more aid to Ukraine. There is a clear and stark divide on this issue in the Republican Party, when I think, 5-10 years ago, that wouldn't have been the case. So the Reagan era, the Reagan doctrine that you're talking about, do you still recognize that within the Republican Party? What do you think is going on, that there is such a division on this issue that for you seems to be very clear?
Well, first off, this is bigger than politics. Let's be clear about that.
But politics has an impact.
I really do believe that if Vladimir Putin and the Russian military were able to overrun Ukraine, it wouldn't be too long before they crossed a border where our men and women in uniform would be required to go and fight. And frankly, the second half of the 21st century could look an awful lot more like the first half of the 20th century. I think we stand with the Ukrainian military here, give them what they need, so it's so much more important than politics. But I got to tell you, I've been traveling around this country since I left office 2 years ago. The American people believe in freedom. The American people believe our nation, rightly, is the leader of the free world. And I think this is simply a moment that calls for leadership. And it's one of the reasons that I'm running. I really believe that now more than ever, our nation needs leaders that will speak plainly with the American people about the challenges that we face around the world and at home, and brings real, clear leadership built on our timeless principles to bear.
For the second consecutive day, Putin tries to act as if nothing happened in Russia last weekend. Yesterday in Dagestan, now at the IT exhibition. Are there psychiatrists among our readers? What does the picture of the crazy old man mean?
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. He's doing the job every day.